The social worker spread 3 brochures across my kitchen table. 3 nursing homes, 3 price points, 3 possible futures for my mother. Sunrise Manor is our premium facility, private rooms, excellent staff ratios, activities coordinator, memory care specialists, $8,000 per month. I looked at the glossy photos, bright rooms, smiling residents, gardens, art classes. It looked like a resort. Meadowbrook is mid-range, semi-private rooms, good basic care, activities available, $4,500 per month. Nice photos, clean facility, functional, adequate. And Valley View is our budget option. Shared rooms, basic care, meets all state requirements, $2,200 per month. The photos were darker, older building, worn furniture, residents parked in hallways, institutional, depressing, Valley View. I knew that place. 20 years ago, my mother put my grandmother there. To save money. For a vacation to Europe. "We can't afford the expensive places," she'd said. "Valley View is fine. Mom won't know the difference. She has dementia." But Grandma did know the difference. She cried every time we visited, begged to leave, died there after 18 months. Alone, in a shared room with 3 other women. No privacy, no dignity, no peace. My mother took that European vacation. 3 weeks, Italy and France, posted photos on Facebook, wine tastings, museums, beaches, while her mother died in the cheapest nursing home in the county. Now, 20 years later, my mother has dementia. Moderate stage, can't live alone, needs care, needs a facility. And I'm the one choosing where she goes. The social worker waited, patient, professional. "Do you have questions about any of these facilities?" I looked at Valley View's brochure, the same building, the same worn furniture, probably the same rooms, where Grandma had died. "Yes, I have questions. But first, I need to tell you a story about why this decision is so hard. If you've ever had to make decisions for a parent who made terrible decisions for their parent, stay with me until the end. Your support means everything. Hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments. What would you do? Let's talk about it. Now back to my story. My name is Rebecca Walsh. I'm 43 years old. My mother, Linda Walsh, is 72. She has dementia, vascular dementia, progressive, irreversible. My grandmother, Patricia Hayes, died 20 years ago, at 78, in Valley View Nursing Home, after 18 months of inadequate care. Let me take you back, to when this started, to the decisions that brought us here. I was 23 when Grandma got sick, just graduated college, starting my first real job, living in a studio apartment, building my life. Grandma had been living independently, in her own house, the house she'd owned for 40 years, where she'd raised my mother, where I'd spent every summer as a child. She started forgetting things, small things at first, where she'd put her keys, what day it was, whether she'd eaten lunch, then bigger things, how to use the stove, how to get home from the grocery store. Who we were. Dementia. Early onset vascular dementia. The neurologist was gentle but clear. She'll decline, progressively. Eventually she'll need full-time care. My mother panicked. Not about Grandma's health, about money, about responsibility, about inconvenience. I can't take care of her. I have a life, a job, plans. I can't put my life on hold to be a caregiver. Maybe we can hire help, I suggested. Someone to check on her, help with meals, medications. That's expensive. Do you know what in-home care costs? Thousands a month. Grandma has savings. Not enough, not for years of care. We need to be smart about this. Smart meant cheap. Smart meant finding the cheapest solution that met minimum requirements. Grandma's house was sold, against her wishes. She cried when they packed her things. "This is my home. I don't want to leave." "You can't live alone anymore, Mom. It's not safe." The house sold for $320,000. After paying off the small mortgage and fees, there was $285,000, Grandma's entire life savings. My mother was executor, had power of attorney, controlled everything. "We need to make this money last," she said. "Stretch it as far as possible." We toured nursing homes, 5 of them. I remember every single one. The first was beautiful, bright, clean, staff who smiled and knew residents' names, private rooms with bathrooms, activities, music therapy, art classes, $7,200 a month. "Too expensive," my mother said. "The money would only last 3 years. Then what?" The second was nice. Semi-private rooms, good care, activities coordinator, clean, professional, $4,800 a month. "Still too much, we need something more affordable." The third was adequate. Older building, clean enough, shared rooms, basic care, $3,500 a month. Better, but I want to see what else is out there. The fourth was Valley View, budget facility, Medicaid beds, shared rooms with 4 residents, minimal staffing, institutional smell, worn furniture, residents parked in hallways staring at nothing. I hated it immediately. "Mom, this place is depressing." "It's affordable, $2,200 a month. The money would last 10 years here." "Grandma won't last 10 years. The doctor said." "We don't know that. We need to plan conservatively. This place is fine. It meets all state requirements. It's licensed, legal, adequate." Adequate. That word haunted me. But Grandma deserves better. Grandma has dementia. She won't know the difference, and we can't spend down her money on expensive luxuries. We need to be responsible. Responsible meant cheap. Responsible meant putting Grandma in the worst facility we toured. To save money, to stretch dollars, to plan conservatively. What about the nicer places? Even the mid-range one? "Rebecca, you don't understand finances. When Grandma's money runs out, who do you think will pay? Me. I'll be responsible. So I'm making the smart choice." The smart choice, Valley View, $2,200 a month, instead of $4,800, saving $2,600 a month, $31,200 a year. Grandma moved in 3 weeks later. I helped pack her things. She cried, "I don't want to go there. Please don't make me go there." "Grandma, you need care. You can't live alone." "Then let me live with Linda, with you, anyone. Not that place. It's awful." "Mom thinks this is best." "Linda wants my money. I know she does. She's always wanted my money." That's the dementia talking. Mom's trying to make your money last. But Grandma was right. Mom did want the money, not for Grandma's care, for herself. Grandma lived at Valley View for 18 months. I visited every Sunday. My mother visited once a month. Maybe. The first few months, Grandma was aware enough to complain. "The food is terrible. The staff is mean. My roommates scream at night. I hate it here." I brought her favorite foods, books, photos, tried to make it better, but it got worse. The staff was understaffed, overworked, underpaid. They weren't cruel, just overwhelmed. Too many residents, not enough hands. Grandma started declining faster. The environment was depressing. Institutional, no stimulation, no activities, just sitting, waiting, existing. She fell twice, in the bathroom. No one came when she pressed the call button. She lay there for 20 minutes before someone found her. I complained. She needs more supervision, more care. We're doing our best with our staffing levels. Then maybe she needs a different facility, one with better staffing. I talked to my mother. Grandma's not doing well at Valley View. She's falling, she's not eating, she's declining fast. Maybe we should move her. To where? Somewhere more expensive? Yes, somewhere with better care. The money's there. The money needs to last. We're not moving her. Valley View is fine. It's not fine. She's miserable. She has dementia. She's going to be miserable anywhere. That became her refrain. She has dementia. She won't remember. It doesn't matter. But it did matter. Grandma was still a person, still deserving of dignity, of care, of comfort. 6 months in, something shifted in my mother. She started talking about Europe, about vacations, about plans. I've always wanted to do a European tour, Italy, France, Spain. 3 weeks. Really experience it. That sounds nice. Maybe when Grandma's more stable. I'm not waiting for that. Life is short. I need to live while I can. But Grandma needs you. Grandma has care, professional care. She's fine. I need to take care of myself too. She booked the trip. 3 weeks, $18,000, hotels, flights, tours, wine tastings, everything. I was stunned. You're spending $18,000 on a vacation while Grandma's in the cheapest nursing home in the county? It's my money. It's Grandma's money. You're her executor. You're supposed to use it for her care. I am using it for her care. Her nursing home is paid for. This is my money from my savings. You don't have savings. You've been complaining about money for months. I saved up for this trip. It's something I've always wanted. I deserve it. The math didn't work. My mother was a teacher, made $62,000 a year, lived in an expensive apartment, drove a new car, had credit card debt. There was no way she'd saved $18,000. I checked Grandma's account. I was listed as secondary contact, not power of attorney, but I could see transactions. There it was, $18,000 withdrawn 2 weeks earlier, from Grandma's account, with my mother's authorization. She'd taken Grandma's money for a vacation. While Grandma sat in a depressing nursing home to save money, I confronted her. You took $18,000 from Grandma's account. I borrowed it. I'll pay it back. When? How? Eventually. When I can. It's fine. There's still plenty of money for Grandma's care. You put her in the cheapest place possible to stretch the money, then you take $18,000 for yourself. That's theft. It's not theft. I'm executor. I have access. I'm allowed to manage the funds. Manage doesn't mean steal. I'm not stealing. I'm borrowing. There's a difference. Does Grandma know? Did you ask her permission? She has dementia. She can't give permission. That's why I'm executor. So you're using her incapacity to rob her? Get out. You don't understand adult responsibilities, financial planning. When you're older, you'll see. I left, furious, helpless. Grandma was legally under my mother's control. I couldn't override her decisions, couldn't move Grandma, couldn't stop the theft. All I could do was visit, every Sunday, bringing comfort where I could. My mother went to Europe, posted photos on Facebook, smiling in front of the Eiffel Tower, holding wine in Tuscany, touring the Vatican, while Grandma sat in Valley View, in a shared room, with 3 other women, one who screamed, one who wandered, one who stared at walls. Grandma stopped recognizing me around month 14. The dementia had progressed. She didn't know my name, didn't know she had a daughter, didn't know anything except fear and confusion. She died in month 18. Pneumonia, common in nursing home residents, especially in facilities with inadequate care. I was there, holding her hand. She didn't know me, but I knew her. And I told her I was sorry we'd put her there, sorry she'd suffered, sorry she'd died alone and afraid. My mother didn't make it to the hospital in time. Grandma died at 4 a.m. My mother arrived at 7 a.m. She cried. Real tears. I should have been here. I should have said goodbye. You had 18 months to say goodbye. You visited once a month. I was busy. I had a life, a job. I couldn't just drop everything. But you could drop $18,000 on a vacation. That's different. It's exactly the same. You chose yourself, over her, over and over, and now she's dead, in the worst nursing home in the county, while her money paid for your European vacation. You don't understand. I understand perfectly. You're selfish. You always have been. And Grandma paid the price. We didn't speak for a year after that. I was too angry, too hurt, too disgusted. 20 years passed. I built my life, got married, had kids, divorced, rebuilt, became a nurse, worked in elder care, hospice, saw how end of life should be handled, saw facilities that treated residents with dignity, with respect, with love, and saw facilities like Valley View, warehousing humans, providing minimum care, meeting legal requirements while failing moral ones. I thought about Grandma often, about those 18 months, about what her life could have been in a better facility. My mother and I reconciled, eventually, surface level. We were civil, spoke on holidays. But the closeness was gone, trust was gone, respect was gone. She never apologized, never acknowledged what she'd done, never admitted to taking Grandma's money for that vacation. In her mind, she'd done nothing wrong. She'd made smart financial decisions. She'd made the money last. She'd been responsible. The fact that Grandma had died miserable and alone in a terrible facility, that was just unfortunate. Unavoidable. Not her fault. 5 years ago, my mother started showing signs, forgetting things, repeating stories, getting confused about dates. I noticed, mentioned it. "Mom, you might want to see a doctor, get checked." "I'm fine, just getting older. Everyone forgets things." But it got worse. She got lost driving to my house, a route she'd driven hundreds of times, called me crying. "I don't know where I am." I found her, brought her to my house, made her an appointment with a neurologist. The diagnosis, vascular dementia. Same type Grandma had, genetic component, progressive, irreversible. My mother cried, "This can't be happening. Not to me." "We'll figure it out. We'll get you help, support, care." "I don't want to end up like Mom, in a home. Please don't put me in a home." The irony wasn't lost on me. She'd put her mother in the worst possible home. Now she was terrified of the same fate. "Let's take it one step at a time. You can still live independently. We'll get you support, in-home help." For 3 years, that worked. I hired caregivers, part-time at first, then full-time, then around the clock. The cost was staggering, $8,000 a month, for full-time in-home care. I paid it. From my savings, because my mother had no money. She'd spent her retirement, her savings, everything. On vacations, new cars, a fancy apartment, living beyond her means for decades. When the dementia made work impossible, she retired early, got minimal Social Security, had no 401k, no savings, no assets. "I thought I'd have more time," she said. "I thought I'd save later. I didn't think this would happen so soon." She was 72. Grandma had been 76 when dementia hit. Not that different. But Grandma had saved, had been responsible, had $285,000, which my mother had managed. My mother had nothing, because she'd spent everything, including, I suspected, whatever was left of Grandma's money after 18 months of nursing home payments. Last month, everything changed. My mother fell, broke her hip, needed surgery, rehabilitation, recovery. She couldn't go back to independent living, not even with caregivers. She needed skilled nursing, constant care, assistance with everything. She needed a nursing home. The hospital social worker was kind, patient. "Your mother needs placement, long-term care. Do you have preferences?" Preferences. What a question. I had lots of preferences. I preferred my mother had made better choices, better decisions, better moral judgments. But preferences don't change reality. And the reality was, I had to choose a nursing home for my mother, the woman who'd put her own mother in Valley View to save money for a vacation. I spent a week touring facilities, the same ones I'd toured 20 years ago, plus some new ones. Sunrise Manor was beautiful, even more beautiful than I remembered. They'd renovated, expanded, added a memory care wing with specialized staff. I toured it with the director. We have private rooms with private bathrooms. Staff ratio is 1 caregiver to 4 residents during the day, 1 to 6 at night. We have activities 7 days a week: music therapy, art therapy, pet therapy, garden club, book club, exercise classes. The residents looked happy, engaged, cared for, loved. We have visiting doctors, physical therapists, occupational therapists, everything on site. We also have hospice partnerships for end-of-life care. Families tell us their loved ones are comfortable here, safe, content. It was perfect. Exactly where I'd want to be if I needed care. Exactly where Grandma should have been. What's the cost? $8,000 per month for memory care. That includes everything: room, meals, care, activities, all services. $8,000. I did the math. If my mother lived 5 years, that's $480,000. If she lived 10 years, $960,000. I didn't have that money. My mother didn't have that money. We couldn't afford Sunrise Manor. Meadowbrook was next. Mid-range, semi-private rooms. Good basic care. It was nice, clean, professional, not luxurious, but comfortable, dignified. We have semi-private rooms with shared bathrooms. Staff ratio is 1 caregiver to 8 residents. We have activities 5 days a week, physical therapy available, contracted physician visits weekly. It was adequate, better than adequate, good. Cost is $4,500 per month. That includes room, meals, basic care. Specialized services like physical therapy are extra. $4,500, more affordable, still expensive. Over 5 years, $270,000. Over 10 years, $540,000. I could swing it, maybe, if I depleted my savings, took out loans, sacrificed my kids' college funds, my retirement, my future. I could give my mother what she'd refused to give her own mother. Then I toured Valley View. It hadn't changed. Same building, same worn furniture, same institutional smell, same depressing atmosphere, different residents, but same vacant stairs, same hallway parking, same understaffed, overworked employees doing their best with impossible ratios. We have shared rooms, 4 residents per room. Staff ratio is 1 caregiver to 15 residents during the day, 1 to 20 at night. We meet all state requirements for care. We have activities twice a week, basic medical care available. The director was honest, didn't try to oversell. We're a budget facility. We serve primarily Medicaid residents. We provide adequate care within our resources. We're not luxurious, but we're legal, licensed, ethical. Ethical. Legally ethical. Morally? Cost is $2,200 per month. That's our private pay rate. If your mother qualifies for Medicaid, they'll cover it. $2,200, the same rate as 20 years ago, exactly what my mother had paid for Grandma. Over 5 years, $132,000. Over 10 years, $264,000. Affordable, manageable. I could pay it without destroying my life, my kids' futures, my retirement. I could put my mother in Valley View, give her exactly what she'd given her mother. Poetic justice, karma, fair. I sat in my car after the Valley View tour, stared at the building, remembered visiting Grandma there, her tears, her fear, her misery. Could I do that to my mother? Put her in the same place? Condemn her to the same fate? She'd done it to her mother, without hesitation, to save money for a vacation. But was I her? Was I willing to prioritize money over humanity? Revenge over compassion? I called my sister. I hadn't mentioned her yet. Jessica, younger by 5 years, lives in Boston. Minimal contact with our mother. Jess, I need advice. About Mom? Yeah, about where to put her. I've toured 3 places. I don't know what to do. What are the options? I explained. Sunrise Manor, beautiful, expensive. Meadowbrook, nice. Affordable with sacrifice. Valley View, cheap, awful. Where Grandma died. Jessica was quiet. Then, are you seriously considering Valley View? I'm considering everything. You can't put her there. You saw what it did to Grandma. Mom put her there. Mom chose that. Why shouldn't she experience the same thing? Because you're not Mom. You're better than her. You're the person who visited Grandma every Sunday, who held her hand, who was there when she died. You're not the person who took $18,000 for a vacation. But I can't afford Sunrise Manor, and Meadowbrook will drain my savings. Then apply for Medicaid. Put her in a Medicaid facility that's decent. There are middle grounds between luxury and punishment. Is Valley View punishment? Or just natural consequences? Rebecca, I know you're angry. I'm angry too. What Mom did was terrible, selfish, cruel. But putting her in that place won't undo what happened to Grandma. It'll just create more suffering, more guilt, more pain. I don't know if I can sacrifice my future for hers, not after what she did. Then don't. Find a compromise, a place that's decent without destroying you. But don't choose Valley View out of revenge. You'll regret it. How do you know? Because you're calling me. If you thought it was right, you wouldn't need my opinion. You'd just do it. The fact that you're struggling means you know it's wrong. She was right. I knew she was right. But knowing and accepting are different things. I visited my mother in the hospital. She was recovering from surgery, groggy, confused. Sometimes she knew me, sometimes she didn't. Today, she knew me. "Rebecca, you came." "Of course I came. They said I need to go somewhere, a facility. I can't go home." "That's right. You need more care than we can provide at home." "I don't want to go to a home. Please, I'll do better. I'll be careful. I won't fall again." "Mom, it's not about being careful. You need skilled nursing, professional care. It's time." Her eyes filled with tears. "Like Mom. You're putting me in a home like I put Mom." "Yes. Please don't put me where I put her. Please. I know what I did. I know it was wrong. Please don't make me go there." This was the first time she'd admitted it. 20 years. First acknowledgement. "You know it was wrong?" "Yes. I knew it then. I know it now. I chose the cheap place because I wanted the money. For myself. For my life. I was selfish. I'm sorry." Sorry. After 20 years. After Grandma died. After I'd begged her to move Grandma somewhere better. "Why? Why did you do it?" "Because I was scared. Of getting old. Of being poor. Of not having lived. I wanted experiences. Adventures. Things. And I convinced myself Mom wouldn't know. Wouldn't care. That dementia made it okay. But she did know. She cried every time I visited. She begged to leave. I know. I didn't visit much because I couldn't stand seeing it, seeing what I'd done. So I stayed away. Pretended it was fine. You took $18,000 for Europe while she sat in that place. I know. I told myself I'd pay it back. I never did. I spent it all. Spent everything. And now I have nothing. Just like Mom. Except Mom had saved. Been responsible. And I took it. Why are you telling me this now? Because I'm terrified. Terrified you'll do to me what I did to her. And I'll deserve it. I know I'll deserve it. But I'm begging you, please, don't put me there. I can't bear it. I sat with that. With her fear. Her admission. Her plea. I toured 3 facilities. Sunrise Manor is beautiful. Perfect. $8,000 a month. I can't afford it. Not for years. She nodded, accepting. Meadowbrook is nice. Semi-private rooms. Good care. $4,500 a month. I can afford it if I sacrifice my savings, my retirement, my kids' college funds. She closed her eyes. I can't ask you to do that. You're not asking. I'm choosing. The question is, what do I choose? And the third? Valley View, where Grandma died. $2,200 a month. Affordable, adequate, legal. The same choice you made. She started crying. Real tears. Broken tears. I deserve it. I know I deserve it. But please, I'm begging you, please don't. I'll spend every day remembering what I did to Mom, knowing this is my punishment. I can't bear it. Then you understand what Grandma felt, what you put her through. Yes, completely, fully. I understand. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was wrong, cruel, selfish. All of it. I'm sorry. 20 years late, but it was something. I haven't decided yet. I'm still thinking. Whatever you choose, I'll accept. I have no right to ask for mercy, not after what I did. No, you don't. But I have to decide who I am, not who you were, who I am. I spent 3 more days thinking, praying, processing, talking to my kids, my sister, my ex-husband, my therapist. Everyone had opinions. But ultimately, it was my choice, my decision, my responsibility. I made a list, pros and cons, for each facility. Sunrise Manor, beautiful, perfect care, unaffordable, would destroy my financial future. Meadowbrook, good care, decent facility, affordable with major sacrifice, would drain my savings but not destroy me. Valley View, adequate care, depressing facility, affordable, would preserve my savings, would also haunt me forever. I made another list. Questions. For myself, who am I? The person who prioritizes revenge or compassion. What do I value? Justice or mercy? What can I live with? 20 years from now, which choice will I regret more? If I choose Valley View, I save money, achieve justice, give my mother exactly what she gave her mother. But I become her. I make the same choice she made. Prioritize money over humanity. If I choose Sunrise Manor, I give my mother more than she deserves, more than she gave her mother. But I destroy my financial security, sacrifice my future, potentially my kids' futures. If I choose Meadowbrook, I find middle ground, decent care without perfection, affordable with sacrifice, a compromise between revenge and ruin. I talked to the Meadowbrook director again, explained the situation, my mother's finances, my concerns. We have financial assistance programs, payment plans. We work with families. We understand that elder care is expensive. We don't turn away residents because of money. Even if the money runs out, we'll transition to Medicaid. We accept Medicaid residents. Your mother wouldn't have to move. So she could stay, even if I can't pay? Yes, we're committed to our residents. Once they're here, they're family. We work it out. That changed things. Meadowbrook wasn't a temporary solution. It was permanent, stable, secure. I made my decision. My mother has been at Meadowbrook for 1 year. She's in a semi-private room. Her roommate is sweet. They watch TV together, sit in the garden, share meals. The staff knows her, cares about her, calls her Linda, not the patient in room 212. She has activities, music therapy on Tuesdays, art class on Thursdays, exercise group 3 times a week. She doesn't always remember them, but she participates, smiles, seems content. I visit twice a week, not out of obligation, out of choice, because she's my mother, despite everything. Sometimes she knows me. Rebecca, my daughter, thank you for coming. Sometimes she doesn't. Who are you? Are you the nurse? I'm Rebecca, your daughter. I have a daughter? Yes, you have 2, me and Jessica. How lovely. Are they nice? We try to be. On her good days, we talk about the past, about Grandma, about choices. You didn't put me in that place, the one where I put Mom. No, I didn't. Why not? I deserved it. Maybe. But I didn't want to be you. Didn't want to make the same choice, so I chose differently. This place is nice, better than I deserve. Everyone deserves dignity, even people who denied it to others. I'm sorry for what I did, for how I was. I know, you've told me, many times now, because of the dementia. Do I forgive me? You mean, do I forgive you? Yes, that. I'm working on it. Forgiveness takes time, especially for 20-year-old wounds. I understand. Thank you for this place, for visiting, for not abandoning me. You're welcome. The cost is significant. I'm paying $4,500 a month. My savings are depleting. I've cut back on extras, delayed retirement contributions, postponed plans, but I sleep at night. I look at myself in the mirror without shame. I visit my mother without guilt. I chose compassion over revenge, mercy over justice, humanity over math. Was it the right choice? I don't know. There might not be a right choice, just the choice I can live with. My mother put Grandma in the cheap nursing home to save money for her vacation. 20 years later, I chose differently, not because she deserved it, because I deserved to be better than her, to break the cycle, to choose love over logic. Grandma died in Valley View, alone, afraid, undignified. My mother will die in Meadowbrook, cared for, comfortable, with dignity. Not because she earned it, because I chose to give it, chose to be the daughter she wasn't, the person she couldn't be. Is it fair? No. She doesn't deserve better than what she gave Grandma. But fairness isn't the point. Being better is the point. Breaking cycles is the point. Choosing who I am over who she was is the point. 20 years ago, I was powerless, watching Grandma suffer, unable to change anything. Today, I have power. The power to choose, the power to decide, the power to be different. I chose mercy. I chose compassion. I chose to see my mother as a human being who made terrible choices, not a monster who deserved revenge. Will I regret it? Maybe. In moments when money is tight, when retirement seems impossible, when sacrifice feels heavy. But I won't regret becoming her, making her choices, prioritizing money over humanity. I broke the cycle. That's worth something, maybe everything. My mother put Grandma in the cheap nursing home. 20 years later, I chose differently, and that choice defines me, not as her daughter, as myself. Thank you for staying with me through this difficult journey. If this story resonated with you, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world. Let me know in the comments. What would you have chosen? How do you break cycles while honoring yourself? Share your thoughts. I read every comment. Thank you for being here. See you next time.